Hello everyone, Silent here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 1. It is episode 27 today, and today we're going to be starting a new little project over at our Savannah village, one that you guys have been requesting for a little while, and one that I'm very excited for as well. It's going to be a fun, medium-sized project. It's going to be a good time. But before we get to that, there is a giant red, is that a shulker box? But the spiral's supposed to be on the bottom of the box. That's brand new. I've been standing up here for like 5 minutes and I literally just now noticed that. So if that's a shop, I don't think that's gonna get any business because my shops hardly ever get any business, leading me perfectly into my next point. We haven't sold a single thing since the last episode. I thought these would sell because, you know, it's bone blocks. I thought this was a good business venture. But yeah, our shops being up there, they're not getting any traction at all. We've made 8 pebbles in the last like week. It's terrible. However, I can spend those 8 pebbles on the Ursa Miner shop, which just got restocked by Zloy with some iron. As you guys know, currently on the Bedrock edition, there is like no good source of iron. So we're just gonna go ahead and literally buy out as much as we can. 5 pebbles for 32. Anyway, I actually have an ender chest, and there's a bunch more pebbles in here, so I'm gonna buy as much iron as I can, again, because there is no other good source of iron on this entire platform. So I bought out all of this iron, and I'm pretty happy about that. That's gonna go quite a long ways, especially with today's project as well. And taking a look at this shulker box, it doesn't look like there's anything in here, and it, you know, based on how this is actually oriented, that is definitely the bottom of the box. It's not actually connected to the wall, which is technically accurate because of a bug that's in the game right now. Shulkers kind of float off the wall, and yeah, the spiral's on the top of the box, which is not accurate. So if that ever gets a cake review, hopefully Liara notices the spiral's on the wrong side. Well, I crafted down the iron blocks and now I'm sad. It looked like a lot more before, but it's only 53 iron blocks. We already have a couple stacks of iron blocks because I traded a bunch of emeralds to Liara for it, but we don't have that much iron. Again, I can't complain about this enough. Iron farms need to be fixed on this platform. It is absolutely ridiculous. Java has like just the best iron farms, and we have absolutely nothing to do with iron farms. It is a terrible situation. However, what we're going to be doing today's episode is actually going to be creating a new little lavatory underneath the central wells of this village here. It's going to be going down at the bottom of the world. It's going to be a super evil lavatory. And lavatory? No, laboratory. I'm pretty sure a lavatory is like a toilet. There might be a bathroom down there as well, but we're not worried about that today. We're going to be building a lab. There we go. I'm just going to call it a lab. That way I can't butcher the words of it. So as excited as I am for the new lab project, I would like to get a little bit of work done around the actual village itself before we go off and start a new project. So for instance, we have 5 of these portcullises around the edges of our village, and they all look absolutely horrific. So I want to go ahead and decorate these things up, and then after that get some inhabitants in our village as well. Both of those should be fairly straightforward, although slightly time-consuming little projects, mostly a lot of off-camera work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some work done on that stuff, and then once we finish up those 2 things, and then we can actually start on the lab as well. The sunsets look kind of nice over the swamp, don't they? We got the little village over there, the witch hat, we got our ghast over there. It's just kind of nice and peaceful and not at all evil. Totally evil. But anyway, I've done a little bit of work on this gate, just trying to get the basic foundations in place. So what we're going to have is we're going to have a little bit of a tower on either side of the portcullis itself, and then a little bit of an arch going across just to make the front of this look a little bit nicer. And also that's kind of nice too. Oh, but yeah, there you go. The thing just closed. Thank you very much, Prowl, for the demonstration. So yeah, as you can see, that thing closes at nighttime. Once it's actually daytime, it should go ahead and open back up. And yeah, as you can see, they actually work pretty cool. You don't need to do anything. It's fully automatic. I love it. Yeah, so we're gonna make this look a little bit nicer. I do have a couple of like reference images from Google because that's a pretty good thing to do. I am not a builder person, so whenever I need help with a build, I kind of just go to Google, and there's some great images over there, of course. So I'm just trying to, you know, use those a little bit to get the proportions right. Otherwise, I'm gonna be mostly building this kind of freeform. Oh, and by the way, thank you all very much for voting on the poll and for all the comments in the last episode. Last episode, I asked you guys what kinds of projects you wanted to see on the channel and in this series, and 60% of you guys just said keep on doing whatever, so that's cool. At least you guys are enjoying the series. Thank you all very much for the feedback, as always. I know we have a lot of new people on the channel, like just basically all of you. Which is really awesome. However, you guys should know that I'm always open to feedback and criticism and stuff like that. Constructive criticism is awesome. That's how we help improve things around here. As you guys have probably noticed, I am not a professional at anything, especially words. So if you ever got any ideas or constructive criticism, let me know with a comment down below, and I read all of the comments on the channel, or at least I try to. There's a lot of comments now. So I think I've been at this for like an hour plus now, and it's actually looking pretty decent. I wasn't able to hide all the redstone on the top, but you really can't tell from down here on the ground. You can see a little bit of the repeaters and a little bit of the pistons, but honestly it just kind of works. Everything else is in the same palette as the rest of the village, except, you know, our zombie invasion proof wall. I would have liked to do this wall in a different palette, but this is before there was a tree farm on the server, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried harvesting, you know, all of the acacia in the world by hand. It's the biggest pain in the world. So that zombie wall is going to be staying as is, and these gates are going to be nicely decorated, fancy, amazing looking. Zombie wall is just gonna mesh with it super harshly, but whatever. I get away with it because I'm not a builder. I have the perfect excuse. I'm bad at building. But yeah, the rest of this looks pretty okay. I think I'm fine with it. I just need to finish up the outside, or sorry, the back side of this. I need to get this little archway done. Need to finish up the bridge going across the top, and I guess we may as well head up there as well, see what it's like. Pretty straightforward. There's no insides of these towers or anything, just very simple walkways. No one's ever really going to be coming up here. It's mostly just to make the village look nice to the village city over there. So there we go. That's a pretty good looking castle gate. Very detailed. Really does match the village. It doesn't quite match the rest of the wall in the area, but you know what? That's perfectly fine because it doesn't need to, because it's a video game. But I think it will look a lot nicer once the other 4 gates are fully upgraded, improved, and decorated as well. And hopefully we can get done a couple more of those in this episode. That one actually took like an hour and a half, 2 hours. However, that was the original design, so copying that over to the other ones shouldn't be that big of a deal. And one of the main reasons why I did this one first is because the village city over here has actually been getting a ton of work done on it as well. As you can see, they're starting work on a massive wall, and that goes like for a very long ways. That is a massive project. Not sure why they decided to make this so big, but at least it's a very simple build, not nearly as detailed as that thing over there. So it should be, you know, a project that can be completed. I do like it. Looks very nice. So this is the smallest one, I believe, and this is also the other one that faces the main village over there, and then the also main village city as well. So definitely high on the priority list to decorate it. That chicken over there is having some issues. He's breakdancing, spinning in circles, not knowing what to do with his life. There is a lot of pathfinding bugs on this platform, but I did go ahead and build up the actual gate for this tiny one over here, the 5 wide. Just kind of scaled down the design a little bit. It's a little bit smaller. It's kind of nice and clean. I like it. It's still the same height as the main one over there, I believe. It's just not as like pushed out on the pillar tower thingies. So if we hop into the air, we should be able to see how this thing actually looks. Hopefully we can actually get into the air. Second time is the charm. Come on now, there we go. Sometimes the realm lag, it does not like you when you're trying to fly. But yeah, now that we got 2 of these guys in place, that's actually looking way better. Yeah, just with one, it was looking pretty bad, but this one really does help tie things together. I think once we have all 5 of these things in place, it's going to be a very, very nice looking village. Also, we got to watch out for that ghast. He can actually shoot fireballs out of that cage, and we need to build up a gas tower for him sometime soon. That is on the to-do list. Have not forgot about him. But now that we've gotten those 2 things together, I am kind of running out of time, so we're going to start actually working on the lavatory down here at the bottom of the world. So first things first, we need to get in ourselves a haste 2 beacon, and as always, dig straight down to the bottom of the world. Always the best way to get stuff done in this game, but luckily, I know how to do it professionally, so I just need to go down to the bottom of the world. You always want to place your beacons down at the bottom, because the actual radius effect thingy is based around the beacon beam and not around the base of the beacon. So if you put your beacon at the bottom of the world, then you actually get the best effect out of it because Yeah, reasons, science, logic. Anyway, I'm gonna clear out a little area down here, and then we'll have a beacon, and then we'll actually be able to clear out a pretty sizable area for the laboratory underneath our village. It ain't much, but it's honest work mining all these blocks with the block lag. We got the Haste 2 beacon installed, but you know, it's just a little bit of realm lag, and yeah, blocks are gonna be reappearing. So it's probably gonna take me about, you know, 1.5 times as long to mine this stuff. And mind you, it's not lag from, you know, other people being online. It's just like, this is just how it is by default. Kind of annoying, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Anyway, I'm gonna clear out a whole bunch of area. I don't have like a layout in mind for this laboratory. I just have like a whole bunch of different rooms that I know we're gonna have in place. So I'm just gonna do a bunch of diggy hole. And then at the end of that, we should have something ready. And also, there's something in chat. There's going to be spoilers at some point. I have no idea what's up with that, but leave a conspiracy theory down below. These people trying to keep spoilers away from, like, their server mates. Jeez, come on now. Wait a second, Zloy wants me to friend him. But I thought we were enemies. Oh, dang it, I put 2 T's on that. Oh, come on now, jeez. See, he gets how it is. How dare you assume that we aren't? Yeah, basically. So first order of business, we need to get ourselves a whole bunch of concrete from the actual rock candy shop from Liara. This place sells all colors and forms of concrete. Very, very convenient. Of course, for a lab, you kind of need a whole bunch of white concrete or just those kinds of, you know, nice and clean blocks. So it is 3 diamonds a stack for the converted, like hardened concrete, and then it's 2 diamonds a stack for the powder stuff. So we're going to take all of this and leave a few diamonds in there. And then I think for the secondary color, because, you know, it can't just be pure white, that's kind of weird. I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and do some light blue. Now, I know this is supposed to be an evil lab. However, I like these colors, and that's the only justification you're gonna get, okay? So just go with it, jeez. I know it's a rather nice color scheme, but trust me, it's gonna be an evil laboratory of doom. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up as much white concrete and as much blue as I can afford. I have all the diamonds in the world, so that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so cut this part out of the video, Silent. Remember, you record all at once, you gotta cut this part out. So Foxy sells sea lanterns for 2 diamonds each. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a few of those. And then end rods for 3 diamonds each. God, why are these more expensive? Okay, fine. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, good. Now we got the fancy blocks that we need. Let's get out of here before anyone sees me. All right, so about 30 diamonds later, we are good to go on all the materials that we needed. I bought a whole bunch of concrete, and then I just got done grinding for like 8 hours straight, getting a whole bunch of sea lanterns from a bunch of various different ocean monuments around the world. Because of course, no one important on the server has a guardian farm or any form of shop for these. And I also went to the inn, farmed some chorus fruit, killed some blazes, you know, did the whole thing for the end rods. And we're pretty much good to go to make a super fancy build now, besides like some detail blocks that we'll get. However, I do have a question, and that is, how do we capture a bat? Boats or leads? Okay, moment of truth for this guy. Can we put a lead on a bat? Please tell me that you can. I'm not sure if I actually clicked on this guy. These guys are super annoying, and this is pretty much like my first time actually seeing a bat in Bedrock Edition. These guys are way too rare. The mob cap is actually 2, and of course they don't despawn unless they're in light, but they only spawn in like super darkness. It's a whole thing. Oh, place down the boat. Oh, I almost had the guy. I don't think you can put leads on them, but they should be able to get into a boat, right? I would think so anyway. Geez, this is gonna be quite the hassle, isn't it? Okay, I have tried for longer than I want to admit trying to get this guy into a boat or a lead or something, and it's impossible. So I'm gonna wait for him to land on the ceiling and then just place blocks around him eventually. But for the time being, I would like to get this kind of entrance area done. So I'm gonna, you know, pretty up the floors, pretty up those water elevators, make some walls, some ceilings, and then some very basic piston doors right here. And I suppose we will see how it goes. I don't really like to do building on camera because, again, I have basically no idea what I am actually doing, and having any form of, you know, coherent sense being made while I'm building, does not happen. So that's why I do all the building off camera, in case you are curious. Time really does fly when you're building in this game, now doesn't it? I've been here for who even knows how long, and I've gotten some bones down of this area, so kind of just trying to mark off of these two side rooms, because we're definitely not going to get to that today, and also just trying to solidify our entrances. So I need to finish the piston door for the left side and put some lights in the ground as well, because as you can see, it's very, very dark down here. But the other side is more or less done. I also need to refine the timings of this piston door. It's basically a portless, but it doesn't, you know, get activated by the day-night cycle of the world, so that's kind of cool. Just need to make the closing sequence a little bit, you know, more delayed. I got like 4 repeaters on 4 ticks, but apparently that is not enough for this game to accept. And yeah, so far things are coming along pretty well. So this is going to be the entrance into the area. You'll probably have an area to get a little bit of a suit on, maybe put down some items that you don't want to get contaminated, or you know, it's gonna be basically a clean room in here. So you got to put away all your nasty pickaxes and dirty boots and whatnot. So yeah, we'll have a little storage area and stuff for that, which will be cool. And then you'll get into the main area. This will be like the main science center. Probably have something come down from the ceiling up here. And then all of our test subjects will be along the walls on the inside over here. I would like to get that done today. We might just start building that next after I get done with these entrances. And now this place actually looks somewhat decent. It's about time. I've already been down here for like 2 or 3 hours. I really feel like I'm in the nether just because of all of the gas noises. It's kind of driving me insane, for reals. It's fine if you're actually in the nether, but gas noises in the overworld, no, it's just sounding wrong. But I got a little bit of something here in the center of the room. We'll get back to that in a minute. The piston doors are finally working, which is very nice. It gives you just enough time, you know, make sure there's no contaminants that can escape out into the wild. And then if we break through to the other side, because that's the only way to get through unless you would like go up and back down, there's a button over here as well to get this piston door up, walk on through, and then it closes behind you as well. Pretty nice. I could probably make them close a little bit slower, but you know what, I'm too lazy for that. I got other things to build right now. So this room over here is kind of, you know, glassed off for the minute. We'll build that up eventually. That's going to be for like our, you know, illegal blocks, the weight that's illegal kind of stuff, you know, the bedrock, the portal blocks, the tile entities. Yeah, all of that stuff's going to be going in that room for research and development. This room over here is going to be for researching probably the dragon egg, see how in the world we can hatch that thing, and maybe also something to do with time machines, because dang it, Barry, I miss you, man. Sad noises. So addressing the diamond in the middle of the room, this is gonna be the holy grail of this entire lab, or maybe not literally or figuratively, but you know, I just felt like saying that. And this is gonna be used for creating life. I would like to create some sort of summon thingy and, you know, have it do stuff for me. I'm too lazy to do stuff on my own. I really need help building and, you know, tree chopping and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're gonna try and create some life here in the middle of the vault, and we're gonna be, you know, addressing all of the other things, kind of combining all of the research and development of the time machines, the dragon eggs, the illegal blocks, the experiments gone wrong, combining all of that into the life-giving machine here in the center of the thing. And it's gonna be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. Before we can actually do that, however, we need to gather some resources like a Daedra heart, you know, Grace of Angel, Eye of Golem, a few other very rare materials, because, you know, it's hard to create life, especially in Minecraft. Like, come on now, we got limited things to work with. So it's not gonna be any time, you know, too soon, like next episode, but we are going to create life in this series, and it's gonna be amazing. Until then, let's work on this giant room and get all these mobs into some containment units, shall we? So this is like my 4th time back to the shopping district. Building a lab is very expensive, okay? But I just want to remark on how cheap Tiz Tom's glass is. 2 pebbles for 2 stacks of plane. That's a half a diamond per stack. and no wonder he's pretty much completely sold out. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I'll just take all of that. Thank you, Tiz Tom, for having amazing prices. Bye! When you step back and look at it, this looks like it maybe took me like 15, 20, 35 minutes to get done. I've been here for like 4 hours. It's been great. I'm actually really enjoying it. There's a lot of different ideas going through my head for these different rooms and different compartments and even expansions to all of this stuff. I think it's going to be really, really fun. I did go ahead and get some containment units in place for our prototype abominations, basically. Our first prototype is the Spy Lame Ama, because these guys are our spies all around the server. They're also very lame because they get stuck everywhere, trapped, they lose their trader guys. They're just terrible all around. I don't know why they're in the game. The trader guys themselves are also terrible, just the worst thing in the world. And then I do need to go ahead and get these zombie villagers and that drowned in there. I got spots for a few different guys in here. A zombie, a drowned, a silent, a zombie villager, a silent? Yes, a villager, and then a charger boy as well, just because I'm not sure what to put in here. If you guys got any ideas, leave a suggestion down below for different mobs, maybe like a stray, a wither skeleton, that stupid ghast, he deserves it. He's so annoying. Or really anything in general. Let me know. As long as it's not impossible, we can get it into the laboratory and then study it and then create, you know, abominations from that knowledge. So I figure this will probably be the funnest part of the episode, trying to sort these guys out and get them, you know, into some form of containment unit. I was kind of expecting the drowned to follow me, but he's nowhere to be found. Oh, there he is. Cool. So we just need to get one of these zombie villagers into this thing over here. I will be putting the hostile mobs into minecarts because I figure that's going to be the best idea. So I just need to get one of these guys in there. Oh, come on now. Looks like that guy's in there. Perfect. This one over here is going to be for the drowned. Cool. Hopefully he gets in there. He did not. That's not perfect at all. Let's go ahead and kill that guy because we don't really need him anyway. He's dead. Excellent. You just go ahead and hop right in there, and there you go. It's easy as that. But yeah, this is looking very good. We got a drowned guy in there. I can take that sign off. Everyone knows what a drown looks like. And then our zombie villagers in there too. Very cool. I just need to get myself a silent and then a zombie as well. A couple more zombie villager guys. And the charge creeper is going to be a very fun one. Not sure when we're going to do that, but that's going to be... That's gonna be tense. So this is already looking very fancy, actually. I really like the looks of these little containment units. They're very, very simple and simplistic. However, I really like the looks of it. I feel like once we get a full ceiling in here and full walls and maybe a back wall as well, then it's going to be looking very nice indeed. I would build some more tonight. However, I actually completely ran out of materials for concrete, and I completely bought out Liara as well. So I'm kind of out of materials for the time being. We will have to come back to this at another time. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's episode of Truly Bedrock. Again, if you guys have any, you know, constructive criticism or ideas for the series, let me know in a comment down below. Always very much appreciate the suggestions for the series. I try and read all the comments on all of the videos on the channel, as you guys know. But if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like on the videos. It does help out the video and the channel significantly. If you're new here and you want to see more episodes like this in the future, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all down in the comment section and in the next one. Thanks again for watching, and then there was silence.